we got 9:30 here somewhere. So we're at 9:15. We're somewhere in between. We do have a quorum. I think we have everybody that's on this committee available, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm going to call the meeting to order. This is the Sandusky Community Improvement Corporation. It's our annual meeting that we are required by our bylaws to have. Okay, this was formed a number of years ago. Okay, and its only purpose is to hold the property underneath Sports Force, if that's the proper terminology. So, with that, can I have approval of the minutes of the previous meeting, which I believe was just handed to you, that I need to sign? Okay.
I make a motion to approve the meetings and dispense with the reading of the minutes.
Okay, thank you.
I'll second.
All right.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Then we have election of officers. Presently, I am the president. Michelle is the treasurer. You are the secretary?
Correct.
If I'm willing to serve again, if that's what everybody wants to do, and I'll take a motion for the officers.
I'll add, Mr. President, that Ms. Twine currently serves as vice president.
Yes, okay.
So
I didn't remember if we did it. Yes, I have no problems with that.
I'll make a motion that the current officers be reelected to another term. So Mr. Nichols as president, Ms. Twine as vice president, myself as secretary, and Ms. Reeder as treasurer.
Second.
Motion made, and Mr. Zurzak second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. So, Michelle, why don't you just give us just a brief update on the financial, because there's really nothing going in or out of this cash. There's only the meeting, okay? It's a legal thing that has to have. Boris said it, I believe Boris, and if I screw that up, because I'm dealing with many attorneys, set it up, and after lengthy conversations, there is a charter somewhere, and the statutory agent, they felt strongly needed to be somebody other than somebody in the city, and I believe that is Catherine
I believe it's Catherine Thompson
Hopkins, yes.
or Hopkins.
Yeah. And the only thing for statutory agent is if we were sued for some reason, or if there was something, it goes straight to the statutory agent, then that person will then give it to our legal counsel. Okay.
If I
Sarah?
may, no, I'll just touch on the financials. As you said, we have no financials, so it's just a matter of filing a one-page report with the state of Ohio disclosing that we had no financial activity for the year, and that will be completed.
Okay, that's.
That's it.
Anybody have any questions about the financial report? I mean, again, this is as simple as meetings we're going to get, okay? All in favor of accepting Michelle's financial reports?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Okay. As far as an audit goes, if the state wants to do it, that's going to be up to the state, and like I said, zero from zero is still zero. There's nothing really there. And to set up a bank account for no reason, I cannot see the need unless somebody here.
Mr. President, I agree, and as the treasurer indicated, we're fortunate to have learned that it appears we can file a one-page report to meet our financial reporting obligations. It does not appear that we have to commission an audit at this time.
Right.
So I don't see a need to open a bank account at this time, given that we have no activity and don't intend on hiring an auditor.
Okay. Any other questions from the committee? Okay. Okay, Sharon, you're on.
Okay, you guys up there, you
Okay, I'm
know,
going to ask you one more time. Either you speak really loud into that one or go up there.
can I speak, can you hear me from here?
Yeah. As long
Okay,
as you speak into the microphone.
okay. I have several questions. I'm not understanding this. You people know what you're doing, but the public doesn't know, okay? So the purpose of this CIC committee is to float bonds for sports force, is that correct? Or, I'm not understanding this.
Correct, that was the initial intent.
Can you get,
So, correct, Ms. Johnson, that was the initial intent. Obviously, this was in 2019. Before I was here, I was not involved with the formation of this committee. Unfortunately, Mr. Holliday was not either. But this committee was formed so that they could issue those bonds to Cedar Point when the sports force went in.
okay.
Yes.
Can we use it for anything else, or is it just exclusive to sports force?
I believe the charter, without seeing it, this was a specific use. Just the sports force. I mean, it's not something we can use for anything else, to my knowledge.
Okay. So the CIC is a nonprofit, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure how it's filed under. Again, I'd have to go and look at the charter.
Is it similar to Erie County's CIC nonprofit? Is it similar
Not-
to something like that, or is this a different kind of setup?
It's a very unique thing that needed to be done. Again, its only purpose is for the property underneath Sports Force, not for anything else.
Okay. So my question is, if it's for the bonding, why didn't, instead of setting up a CIC, why didn't you go through the Port Authority? They extend bonds out.
Because Voorhees suggested and recommended we do it this way.
Who recommended it?
The law firm that we hired to set everything up.
Oh, okay. Okay. And there's really no budget, is that correct? There's no
Nothing.
budget?
Nothing. It's all it is a holding place for the property. And because we are a corporation, we are required to have an annual meeting once a year.
Okay.
And that's what this is.
Okay, and the state audits this? I don't know what they have to audit, though. I don't understand that.
There's nothing to audit.
Okay.
They ask the question about it every year, whether it's state or whoever.
Okay, so since this is a nonprofit, then the city doesn't have anything to do with this nonprofit, is that correct?
When you say the city,
I see a lot of city people sitting on this. Is this a part of the operation of the city, or is it a standalone nonprofit?
it's a standalone,
Standalone?
yes.
Okay. Okay, I guess that's all I have to say right now.
There's not a whole lot to it, Sharon. I'm sorry. It just,
I mean, it's strange. I know that Erie County has a CIC.
but that's a whole different,
And I
that's
think
a whole different world.
they set it up for one thing also, so just wondering. And you've been meeting for what, 3 annual meetings now you've had?
Let's see, I think we've had,
They should
time
have-
flies when you're having fun, but yeah, I
This should
think
be
we've
the
had 3
third.
annual meetings.
Okay,
Last year's, because Naomi was still on the commission, we had it right before the meeting, time-wise, okay, so she could be there, so we didn't have to have her come out. and- That's it.
can we get agenda and minutes on these meetings posted for the public? Because this is open for open meetings to the public, and put it on the calendar. This is the first time I've seen it on the calendar, and you've been meeting for 3 years.
If I may, Mr. President. So Sharon, to that point, yes, there's a lot of city folks on this committee. We hold that meeting here for that convenience purposes. In theory, this is not a city meeting. I know it went on the city's calendar this year, but I would say this is not a city meeting and subject to open records and all of that. We're happy to apply. There's nothing here, but this is a separate nonprofit organization. I pulled it up. It's a domestic nonprofit corporation is the section that it's under. So in theory, it's not exactly a city meeting. It was convenience that we meet here. It went on the city's calendar. There's nothing to hide.
But the CIC, according to the state, it's open to the meetings, and you have to announce those meetings.
Sure, we can announce the meetings.
So
but
I like
live
to-
streaming and all that, I'm not sure we're required to do that.
Okay, maybe you better get some advice on that or something, but I did see it on this calendar this time around, and there were agenda and minutes. It's just like anything else, the Port Authority's open meetings also, and so is the county CIC. So just wanted to mention that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I make a
Yes,
motion
this
to
is all
adjourn.
there is.
I make a motion to adjourn.
If there's nothing else, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Yummy.
Second.
Second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And again, the reason that I moved it to this day,
You too.
instead of trying to get us another day
Early winter going.
It
and
is,
get everybody
going-
together.
Right.
Trying to
It
get ready
just-
for the holidays
It
now.
seems